This is another of the many obscure stories that sounds like something that should have had a movie made about it by now. I know I'd have seen one if there ever was one. Twister prequel, anyone? This is going to be a shorter video, but if you love history or just a good old-fashioned tornado story, I think you're going to love this little remembered story from the 1500s. And since I just talked about something from the same era, it is the perfect time to tell this story. This is the story of the almost forgotten, but one of the most destructive tornadoes in history. In either 1551 or 1556, the Grand Harbour of Malta was struck by one of the deadliest tornadoes in history, which makes it even wilder that more people don't know about this story. The exact date is unclear, but it was on September 23rd in either 1551 or 1556. The day started out like any other in the harbor. The harbor itself had quite a bit of history before this, from the Battle of Malta fought in it in 1283 to being the base for the Order of St. John from 1530 to 1798, which means they were hanging out here when the tornado occurred. For convenience sake, we'll just say it occurred in 1556. So, in 1556, the day started off like any other, when suddenly, the weather took a nasty turn. The tornado itself started off as a waterspout just off the coast. Now, if you don't know what a waterspout is, it is essentially a tornado that forms over water. Usually they are non-supercell tornadoes and usually aren't too dangerous, though they can be violent. They are usually found in tropical and subtropical regions, and usually they're depicted as thin and windy ropes, but a very big wedge-shaped one formed just off the coast of Gulf Shores when I was there back in 2017, so like any tornado, they can assume a number of shapes and sizes. Waterspouts can also be found in colder regions. In fact, they have been observed in snow precipitation bands before, and they have also been seen on the Great Lakes. In this particular picture you see, there are 4 on Lake Huron in 1999. Tornadic waterspouts are the ones which look like and are essentially tornadoes that just form over the water, and I would bet the Grand Harbour waterspout looked like one of these. The waterspout that started this event struck the harbor shortly after forming, and hundreds of people were killed when it capsized at least 4 large ships anchored in the harbor. A shipping armada was in the bay at the time, and this talk about some really bad luck that they happened to be there when this incredibly violent waterspout hit. Details of the actual event are sadly very scant. There don't seem to be really any survivor accounts from what I've read, at least none that have survived to this day, or any other detailed accounts or descriptions of the event itself, which is pretty unfortunate as the details we know are wild. And I know that like a movie about this would be very cool to see. I know I'd go see it. But it's also unfortunate because there were other tornado stories from this time period that were better documented than this one. It's just unfortunate. However, despite the details being few and far between, we do know that the damage was severe, enough for historians and meteorologists to assign the tornado an EF3 rating, and that the ships that were capsized were 4 galleys for the Order of St. John. And hundreds of people were killed when the ships were capsized by drowning. Many were likely trapped inside the ships when they sank. Up to 600 people in total were killed by this waterspout. Again, the sheer violence of this event just leaves me really surprised there's not more recorded details about it or illustrations of it, anything. But fortunately, that's all that was really recorded. And with that, this little obscure story I've never seen anyone talk about is at its end. And I'm sorry this was such a shorter video, which is why I released it in the same week as the Perry Reese map video. But I hope you enjoyed, and please check out some of my longer, more detailed videos as well. And honestly, a series of videos about obscure tornadoes or just tornado events in general is something I've been wanting to do, so if you want to hear some of those stories, then please like and subscribe so that I know you are and you want to see that. Thank you for watching. Have a good one, everyone.